Now, we're on my favorite Zelda game, Twilight Princess. I played the Wii version, and as I said in my Ocarina of Time review, I don't understand how mirroring a game can make it harder. But then again, I can see why, because I can't play the GameCube or Wii U version of Twilight Princess. Mainly because I'm a little too used to the Wii version. Now, something I don't get is having the Wii version mirrored. I feel like they could have just either mirror Link or just keep it the same and port it to the Wii. The reason why I say this is because just flicking the Wii remote acts as a glorified button press, so it shouldn't matter what hand you're playing the game with. But one thing I do understand is all of the fucking hype behind this game. When this game was revealed at, well, I'm gonna guess the C3 or Nintendo's Space World event, people started cheering when they saw this incarnation of Link. Now, I didn't really know anything about this stuff, and I just wanted to play this game after I watched Josh Jepson's Let's Play of it. So, what are my thoughts on, well, Twilight Princess? Well, that's why we're here to find out. This is my review of The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess.
Hey-ya!
We start on first where this incarnation Link is talking to this guy named Russell, and Russell's kind of like a father figure toward Link. They're talking about life and shit. I don't know, it's not really important. But what is important is that he tells Link that he has a job to deliver items to Castle Town in Hyrule, but he's giving the task to Link, as well, Link has never been to Hyrule before. They go back to the village, lock a gate, and Link's horse kind of gets stolen. Well, not really, because a girl named Ilya took Epona to, well, give the horse a bath. After a while, Link gets a sword and shows his blade skills off to these children, which one of them uses these skills to teach a monkey a lesson. When a monkey does pass by the idiot with the other kids, they kind of chase the monkey. And Link finds out the idiot gets captured, and after a while, shit kind of starts to happen. Heading north, Link comes to a giant wall of something and is pulled in the twilight. And when he's pulled in, well, this happens. Link is now a furry! And is dragged away and locked up. He meets this character named Midna, and she's my favorite character. I'll explain why in a little bit. We also meet this game's incarnation of Zelda, and she explains what the hell happened. The land was attacked by the ruler of the Twilight Realm. Zelda and her soldiers stood and fought, but the Twilight fighters wiped out a lot of the Hyrule soldiers easily. Zelda makes a difficult decision to surrender, because if she doesn't, well, he'll kill all of the people in Hyrule. After exposition and running away from a guard that's going to come up and check on Zelda, Midna teleports Link back to Ordon, where she tasks Link to get a sword and a shield. And then we go back into the Twilight and meet the Spirit Pharaon restored, and does the same thing throughout the land of Hyrule with other areas covered in Twilight. Along the way, secrets gets revealed, Some that are surprising, some that are very obvious. Listen, guys, most Zelda games have Ganon as the main villain, and this one is no different. I don't count this as a spoiler, though. I'm just sad that we need to resort to Ganon once again. Because Ganon being the villain again is kind of a problem, because he's like a surprise villain. He just comes literally out of nowhere. Well, not completely out of nowhere, but still out of nowhere. Why can't we just have Zant? Zant is a good villain. He's batshit crazy. Now, there's a reason why I love Midna as a character, and because she is snarky and sarcastic, just like the actual Brian Griffin. I love characters like these because I just find them hilarious. Midna also has some secrets to her that are her driving force for her character. Zant, well, he's just batshit crazy, and he just seems to be a better villain because of the fact that he's batshit crazy. Zelda isn't really shown that much, but she, at least to me, is a badass because of all the difficult decisions she had to make. And Ganon, is there, I guess. Once again, Zant... I was about to say Zant, but no. Ganon was not needed whatsoever. Because Zant was just a better villain. And Zant would have been just a better final boss. I don't know. I guess I just still like the Zant better as a villain. The parry system from the last game is now replaced by learning new moves, taught by a fallen incarnation of Link. He can do the same moves, but with, well, more steps. These moves are, well, great, but I have a couple of problems with it. For starters, the Helm Splitter is kind of hard to pull off in the Wii version, because you need to shield bash the enemy first, by thrusting the nunchuck forward. The thing with this is, shaking the nunchuck activates the spin attack, so you can activate that when you actually want to shield bash to set up the Helm Splitter. The other reason why it gets harder and harder to learn these new skills. At first, it's easy, but then it gets hard. What you need to do is, in your wolf form, you can find these stone tablet things that will put you into a musical dream state thing. And in this dream state, there's a golden wolf that will howl a song to you, and you have to howl it back. Then a big music number happens, and then a marker gets on your map showing you where a golden wolf is. Go to that golden wolf, and it will be the fallen incarnation of Link, and then you can learn a new skill. Speaking of sword techniques, the spin attack is a little easier to use in the Wii version, because again, you need to shake the nunchuck. The GameCube and Wii U versions, you can either hold the attack button down or spin the control stick and hit the attack button. Holding the attack button, you'll need to wait until it's charged. Rotating the control stick and hitting the attack button can be hard to pull off, though that's instantaneous. In the Wii version, you need, once again, to shake the nunchuck, and you can't use it again until it recharges. You know it has been recharged until a little light appears for a second on the sword or the tail of whatever form Link is currently in. Hyrule Field is big! And maybe bigger than Ocarina of Time. You have access to Epona, but she gets taken at one point in time, but you do get her back very early on. You can use these grass things to call Epona to you when you have access to her. And at one point, you can even get a whistle to call her at any location. At one point, you can actually start to transform into the wolf at will, whether in your Twilight or not. And you can also teleport to different locations. Epona is faster than the wolf form, but either way, you have both options available to you, so you can always pick your poison. One other problem I have is Wii exclusive, I think. I don't know why, but for some reason in the Wii version, when you lock on to something, the shield is always up at all times. This kind of bugs me. I'm not sure why. It's just a nitpick, but again, I just don't know why it bugs me. I mean, having the shield up is great for attacks. I mean, unless you're trying to get the Ordon shield to last until you get the Hylian shield, but I don't know. The enemies are fine in the game, but fuck me, the Dark Nuts are back in full force!
Hey, phrasing!
In the beginning, you will need to bring your A game to beat them. Instead of going behind them to cut whatever's holding their armor in place, you need to hit their armor. And every time you hit the armor, one piece of armor falls off. When all of the pieces falls off, the fuck nugget throws his blade at you and draws a different one while also becoming much faster than normal. Oh, fucking god. It also doesn't help that they hit like a fucking RPG. If you have the rupees to spare, especially in the Wii U version, because in the new Shadow Dungeon thing, you can get a wallet that allows you to hold like 5,000 fucking rupees. Get the goddamn magic armor so you can take these guys down with ease. Ah, god, I hate the Dark Nuts.
Phrasing, boom! Inappropriate.
The graphics are great for this game, though at times it's not really a lot of colors, and that can only be a complaint for the Twilight sections of the game. It's kind of desperate for color, and you know what? At least it's not in black and white, because apparently it was originally going to be that way. So I guess some color is better than no color at all. One thing I don't get is why some people are saying this game looks realistic. Johnny said that in his review, and my friend Noah said that as well. I may hate this word, but you can call me a weeaboo if you want, because this is not a realistic art style. This is an anime art style. At least to me. You're going to see this character, and then look me in the face and said, that is realistic art style? No. That's an anime art style. Everything in this game looks anime as fuck to me. And the art style can actually get pretty dark. Because, well, if you fall into lava in this game, Link literally gets swallowed into it. That's pretty fucking dark. And no other Zelda game had Link get swallowed into lava like that. I mean, Ocarina of Time and I think Majora's Mask, all it does was like fade to black when Link falls into it. Twilight Princess, not Twilight Princess, I'm talking about Twilight Princess right now, but no, Wind Waker and Skyward Sword, Link does this cartoonish anime cartoon burning ass thing. I don't know how to explain it. And the other games, they just fade to black. And on the topic of music, the soundtrack is great, but I wish we had a little more classical scores than we got. And you know what? I think the opening scene is the only time we actually get a full-on classical score. I'm not sure, though. And so now, taking into account of story, characters, gameplay, graphics, and sound, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess gets a 10 and a 10. Now, I love this game, but I will not ignore its problems, even with a high rating as 10 out of 10. In the story part, I forgot to mention that it does take a while to start up, and that's kind of a downside. Well, hey, at least it's not 2 hours like in Kingdom Hearts 2. I mean, god damn. But anyways, Ganon being the final villain is stupid because he's not needed, and Zan is a hell of a lot better, especially when he goes batshit crazy. Hyrule is, well, way too big. At least we get Epona early on. Twilight areas are really deprived of any color, but once again, any color is better than none, because once again, those sections were originally black and white. And yes, having to collect that many tier thingamabobbers is, oh god, fucking tedious. And at least in the Wii U version, they actually docked down the number of tiers you had to get in the Twilight sections. At this point in time, Twilight Princess is available on the Nintendo GameCube, Wii, and Wii U.